Hi, my friends. Welcome to this live. My name is Elisa Inquisciano, and happy you're here with me. In this live, I wanted to talk a little bit on my holistic view and how that sort of shaped the works. In the past 10 years, I've been working with myself a lot, and I've been exploring different modalities, different healing modalities. And it all started with a great focus on the body. So I changed my diet completely. I went from eating everything to a raw diet. So I was eating only fruit and vegetables. And then that changed to a more vegan diet, and then to a vegetarian until, within like 4 years, I went back to a normal diet, eating everything. So eating meat and fish and eggs, everything, animals and veg products. So as I was focused on the body, I really believed that everything was depended, like my health and my well-being dependent on my body, on the health on the body, and on the level of how can I say, how much my body was cleaned basically from toxins. And that's why I was fasting, and I was fasting a lot. I was doing from short to long fastings that lasted even 46 days. I was running only on juices, freshly extracted from vegetables and from fruits. So after some time, I realized I had sort of like damaged my body because I was feeling weak, and there was not much attention on all the nutrients that I needed. And so I sort of shifted my attention also because I was traveling, and I was at the time I was traveling to Thailand, and that was when I discovered meditation. And from meditation, I sort of started to focus more on the emotions and on the mind. And when I experienced for the first time psychedelic plants like ayahuasca and Huachuma San Pedro in Peru, then it was more of a focus onto the emotional and spiritual aspect. And so I made up my own ideas and my own understanding of who I was and how I was sort of perceiving the world and what was real and what was true. And until I did the coaching training with the IPEC, the Institute for Professional Excellence in Coaching, and that was when I discovered the connection between thoughts, emotions, and actions. And so from there on, I had like huge realizations on how my mind and my thoughts were sort of determining my life outcome, and especially how unconscious processes, unconscious thoughts and beliefs and things that had been instilled in myself as a child, and especially from experience, how I grew up and how I saw my parents dealing with the world and sort of relating to each other, relating to people. Those things, those teachings were really determining the way I was perceiving myself and perceiving life and relating to myself and relating to others. And so why I say this, I do this sort of introduction because I want to talk about how I have a business, a massage business. So I do some massage that go that work really with the body, but that inevitably impact also the mind and emotions of a person. And I have to say that many of my clients who come are really stressed. Some of them are business owners and work a lot. They have more than working a lot, they have a lot of responsibilities on their shoulders. Of course, they have a business, and in that they can for sure maybe hold a physical, a body posture that is not really helping, and that is causing then tensions and pain in their shoulders, maybe in the lower back, etc. But what I noticed that many people fail to understand is the connection between their thoughts processes, their emotions, and then their body. And so their thoughts, emotions, and the pain. So if there is a pain, they think, oh, this is because I'm working a lot or because I'm not sitting well. And it is that. I mean, there is a part of that is important and that needs to be acknowledged um, and addressed, meaning it's important to create strategies to maintain your body healthy and stretched. But there is also a mental process that is very, very important and that has such a huge impact onto the body. And so thoughts and emotions, they sort of flow in our body, in our system, in a very subtle way, but they flow as if they were blood flowing in our vessels. And the blood to flow and to nourish, and to do his job well and to maintain ourselves in a healthy state, it must be full of nutrients, it must be oxygenated, it must be a healthy blood. And the same is for the thoughts that we entertain and that we have in our mind. So if thoughts are sort of negative and of a low frequency. In a webinar I spoke about energy, and I spoke about how thoughts and emotions are energy. They are indeed energy that we cannot see and touch, but that it has an incredible impact, and everybody notices. And when we become aware of the fact that when I think about something, then I feel in a certain way and I tend to act in another way, then that's really enlightening, because that means that if I change my thought processes, which inevitably they come from a way of perceiving reality, right? From our level of consciousness. So from that big, huge baggage where there are beliefs and conditioning that have been given to us from family, from society, from institutions, and within that there is also our baggage of experiences. And so we look and we face our life through those teachings, through those conditioning, through those experiences. And so if we've had negative experiences or a difficult childhood, for example, with trauma, or, just we grew up in a dysfunctional family, then it makes sense. It makes so much sense that the thought patterns might be negative. Maybe not in all aspects of life, but in some of them, some areas of life that might be, that might be relationship, for example. There might be beliefs and habitual thoughts, habitual ways of perceiving people, perceiving what people say or do to us that generate negative negative thinking, and that generates negative emotions in our body. And that energy, which is subtle and which we cannot touch, now gets sort of condensed. How can I say, it becomes something. It gets shaped into something in the body, and that shape becomes that material, that matter. Sorry, I just don't have the words right now, but they become pain. They become pain in the body. They become discomfort, and they become what is known as disease, right? This is a lack of ease. And it might be tension, it might be pain, it might be, tightness in our stomach, in our intestine. And it's, maybe then that becomes a gastritis or becomes, IBS. The stomach and the intestine is known to be our second brain, is very well connected to our thought processes. So you see how things that we see, unfortunately, in our culture is just it feels like we are like a piece of something. I'm an arm, I'm a hand, a feet, a foot, or whatever. But we never um, we never perceive that those parts of us truly and deeply interconnected, um, and so connected, so subtly and importantly connected, that when one part of the whole is in sufferance, then everything else suffers as a domino effect, as a ripple effect. And so, as I close this video, I like to, invite you to, first of all, stay with the pain where there is pain in your body, wherever you experience stress or tension or, a pain. And don't, instead of like limiting yourself and limiting your perception of the pain to the body, go beyond it and have a sort of like meta view where you can see sort of from above, and you see, yes, your body and your pain, but you also see what thoughts and emotions are behind that pain. Maybe your boss told you something, and you internalize that so much that you arrive at the end of the shift, or you arrive home and you have now stomach ache, or you have so much tension in your shoulder, or I don't know, you have maybe lower back pain, and you might say, I have pain. Okay, but where is that pain coming from? What are the processes that are happening within yourself at a subtle level, at an emotional and mental level? So the question is, this is my pain. I see it, I feel it here. Locate, stay with your pain, locate where is it in your body, and so become aware and present with it. Don't escape, don't repress it, and do not reject it. And then just ask yourself, I wonder, what is my mind thinking? And what am I feeling when I connect with this pain? Pain is so rich, and I know is terrible, and I suffered for years from physical pain. I had IBS, and it was chronic. I had every day pain and like sort of spasm, in my intestine, and it was bloating. It was I was suffering so much, but that pain told me a lot about myself. It told me I knew there was something behind it, and something that went deeper than the pain. So yes, there was physical pain. We're not saying that, oh no, it's nothing. No, no, pain is pain. But there are processes, internal mental and emotional processes that contribute greatly or are the cause of that pain, which is now somatized into the body. So the body is the book, and when you open it, you can read through it and you can see, oh, look at this. Now I see why. Now I see why I have so much tightness. I have so much stress. And where is that stress coming from? So I hope this was helpful. Please feel free to make any comment or ask question. I love when people ask question and connect with me or make any comment, and I'll see you the next time. This is a topic that I particularly love and I'm passionate about. It's my philosophy because it's my experience. I have gone through and explored all the aspects of myself quite a lot. And I'm not saying that I know everything and that I have, I'm arrived, I'm enlightened or anything like that. Not at all. But my curiosity and my thirst for truth, which is very different from true. We're gonna talk about this in another video. That thirst led me to know myself much more and to understand inner processes that have such a big impact on my health and on my well-being. So I wish you well. I wish you the best. Be with yourself, be with your thoughts, with your emotions, and be with your pain. It's such a great messenger. There is so much richness. Thank you. Ciao.